Hi, guys. Welcome back to Delusional Diaries Podcast. I'm Hallie.
And I'm Jazz. I have a present for you.
Really?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm not even
I'm
kidding.
scared.
Close your eyes.
Okay. I feel like she's going to hit me.
No, it literally came in the mail today, and I was so excited to give it to you on here.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, close your eyes. Obviously, they're closed. Give me your hands.
I'm so scared.
It's not scary, I swear. Okay.
Like it's a spider.
It's not. Open your eyes.
Okay, wait. Did you buy this on TikTok?
Yeah.
They're sending this to me.
Fuck.
But you gave it to me first.
To be fair, though, I ordered it like weeks ago.
Wait,
it just
that's
takes so
so-
long to get here.
No. That's so sweet of you. I got
Wait,
tagged in that video.
Tell them what it is, because for audio
yeah,
listeners.
It's a dachshund ring holder.
Yeah.
I've been tagged in this probably like 500,000 times, the video. So that's so fucking funny. I love it. That's so cute. I'll put it on my vanity.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You lose all your stuff, so I thought it'd be like,
No, that was so sweet of you. That's such a thoughtful gift.
whew.
Love it.
Stressful. I've been keeping that for so long.
That's so funny. Also, guys, I'm hungover, so like if my energy isn't there, that's why.
Yeah. I'm not hungover because I did my big one on Tuesday.
Wednesday.
No.
Yes. Swear on my
Yes,
life.
you're so right. Okay.
We went to Megan Trainor.
Guys, I hate to say it. I hate to put it out there, but like that was the best concert, minus Eras Tour. Obviously, it's a given. Best concert I've been to, and I've been to a lot of concerts. Like I was not expecting to go in there like being like, because like she has some like catchy songs, whatever. But I had a fantastic time.
No, we had the best time.
Like
I mean, like, this is the thing. Yeah, I guess I like didn't know because like we went to go see Chris Olsen perform because he like opened for her, along with Natasha Bedingfield. But is that how you say it?
Yeah. Okay. This was also just so terrible for me because I'm such a big fan of her because like I grew up with her. I'm like 27, almost 28, and Hallie like didn't know like her lore.
I just know. I know
her
that
talent.
she sings the song.
She goes that song From Anyone But You. Like imagine like that being your. Actually, you guys are most of our demographic is your age. So,
But I know that people
but like
are like my age are gonna be like, I'm her age and I know who she is. Like
But,
she's
like,
an idiot.
my like biggest like thing like when I think about her is like when she like Easy A the movie, like Hallie claims she's seen it, whatever. When like the card opens and it's like pocket full of sunshine in the shower and it's just like nonstop on repeat.
Okay.
But-
I think also the thing is like maybe I'm wrong, but like the people my age that like always tell me like I know that, like why don't you? I grew up like the oldest child with no like sisters or anybody or like
Okay.
nobody
That's valid, honestly.
or like no older friends. So like I'm very like cut off at like 2000 and up. Like I know nothing about the 90s because I literally didn't have anybody that like liked those things and would like show me it. So like maybe
I feel like only I show you it.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like if I had you growing up, then maybe I would be like, oh, okay, like period. Like, I would have known those things prior.
Yeah.
But I feel like the people who say they're my age that like get mad at me for not knowing things like Natasha Bedingfield or whatever, I feel like maybe they had like an older person in their life who liked it and like showed them it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. But I do know who she is. I just don't know like much about her, but I do know who she is and that she sings the song
She has so many good hits.
Let the Rain.
Feel the rain on your skin.
Feel the rain. Oh, yeah, that. But yeah, Chris Olsen invited us, and like when he invited us, we were kind of just like, yeah, for sure, we'll come. Like I thought he was just giving us some tickets, so I was like, amazing. We like get there, and they're like, here, like come right this way. They give us these like Megan Trainor passes. We're like, wait, what? We're like straight up in the family and friends room at Madison Square Garden, which was sick. It's like the backstage.
And he and
room.
Chris is like, I'm sure you guys have been in here before. We're like,
No.
no, actually, no.
And yeah, all their dressing rooms were right there and stuff. But then like the friends and family room, there it's basically like a suite, but it's like backstage and
Underneath.
like not with a company. It's literally just
Yeah.
and like so there was like food and like an open bar.
My favorite sushi, if you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Super. So we had the best time. We like hung out in there and then we like went and like watched everybody perform, and we had so much fun. And then we did stray away we went to go get one. This was just shocking to me. We got two tequila sodas. Like literally me and her ordered a tequila soda. It was $98
Yes.
for two tequila sodas.
MSG has some crazy prices.
That was
there's-
truly like I
Okay,
had
I'm sorry,
paid-
the fact that you're freaking out there right now is just speaks volumes about how blacked out we have been
Oh,
at
yeah.
previous Rangers games to where you weren't even aware of that.
No, I know. I paid for them before for sure. Like, so I don't know why I'm acting shocked. But truly, like that baffled me. And I like have paid crazy prices for drinks. And I'm like, yeah, like even like a very nice restaurant, a $35 cocktail, okay. But that means each of our drinks were basically $50.
Yeah.
That is criminal crazy. Like we didn't get like we got fucking
That's with tip
Casamigos.
though. Keep that in mind. But like
What?
that's with tip.
Yeah, it was with
just
tip,
putting that out there, context.
but still crazy. Like, I seriously was like, holy fucking shit. Anyway, so
there's a point to this.
It was very great to have the family and friends room where we had an open bar and free tequila sodas.
Yeah.
But we had so much fucking fun.
Wait, you didn't say the story.
What?
So we go to get these drinks from the first guy, and he's like,
Oh.
can I see your IDs? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, let me see your hands. I can see how old you guys are.
No, I think we were like, oh wait, we were pretty drunk at this point. We're like,
I know. I recall exactly what happened.
we were like, guess how old we are. And then he was like, yes, I did say that. I said, how old do you think we are as I was pulling my
I'm going to
ID
let
out.
you have it. I think you're wrong.
That is what happened. We're pulling our IDs out and we're like, guess how old we are. And he's like, I got to see the hands. It's all in the hands. You continue.
And he basically said I was really young. I was like, we got to think.
Guess we were both 21.
Yeah. But then we go to get another drink because we were yapping with Eli and her friend for like quite some time. So we obviously finished our drinks, go to get another one. New bartender. And I'm like,
she's so excited. Like, her vibe is up here.
Now I'm like feeling this other drink. And I'm like, so she's like, can I see your IDs? I'm like, well, how old do you think we are? It's all in the hands. And she looks at me like I shot a puppy. And she's like,
no.
She's
like, what do you want to drink? Mm-mm.
And I was like, totally get it. Like you.
But it was just a way Jazz like, how old do you think we are based on our hands? And like, before she even says hands, the lady's like, no, not doing this. Like, I respect it, and that's real as fuck.
Genuinely. I was just like, every other bartender I had that evening was the most peppy, like happy-go-lucky person. So like, it was just a change of pace.
I also want to make it clear, like, I would understand. Okay, I think her attitude could have been a little bit better. She doesn't have to do that, but if there was a huge line of people behind us, I would get more being like, no, like, come on, like, order, we don't have time for this. And like, whatever. But there was zero people, one, because most of the fan base, I think, there was like
younger.
Underage.
Yeah.
So there wasn't many people drinking. We were probably the only people blacked out at the Meghan Trainor concert, but it's fine.
We loosely used the word blacked out.
Yeah, I'm kidding. We remember the whole thing.
Yes.
Intoxicated.
we were
drunk. For sure, not tipsy, like past that, for sure.
But then, like, we vibe, have a great time at the concert. And I'm like, we're supposed to go to Chris's afterwards for like an after party, but like we have time in between.
We didn't even really, we could have just gone straight there. But Jazz is like, no,
because he wasn't there yet.
But he wasn't there for even when we showed up.
Correct. But I'm saying we had time before our friend was going to be there. So like, justified, whatever. So I'm like, you know what? Like, we haven't had a night like me and you out on the town in a minute. So I'm like, we should go to the Spaniard.
So we get a taxi.
Guys, we have not been to the Spaniard in so long.
No.
Like, so long.
Probably a year.
And we go, we get a taxi, and like we're chatting it up with the taxi guy, having a great time. Get there, go in. We're obviously feeling the alcohol at this point because, like I said, drunk. And
I had just paid $98. We both did. Because we got two drinks, like whatever. So we both had just paid $98 each for
We're getting
drinks.
our money's worth out of this night.
And I'm like, okay, I don't really want to particularly buy a drink. So we walk around the bar and we see
these old men that you could, like, if you saw us with them, you'd be like, oh, they're definitely just getting their drinks, you know, like that's all the vibes were. But old men. And me and Hallie were already like thinking of a bit for the night because something about the Spaniard in particular, there's always been a very heavy bit when we've been there.
I just want to lie.
Like, we love to lie. Very honest, truthful girls in a normal sense, but like Spaniard that's meant for lying.
Yeah.
So we tell them we are crane operators, and I obviously Googled that beforehand, and I like found a place that crane operators they were hiring, and it was Triple S Steel, so shout out. And we were just going in with this lie, and I was like, "Yeah, my dad got me into it." Like,
she's like, "I'm a nepo baby of the steel world." like, she's like, "You can't argue with dad." Like, she kept just.
I'm like, when you have a good relationship with your father, you have to make up lies.
Oh my fucking God. It was funny as fuck. They bought us a drink. We like just chatted. I took a video of us and I look back at it and I was like, our voices, like we're both like, it's so embarrassing. Like, I makes me want to blow my brains out. Like, I'm slurring to the max. My like, there's no enunciation in any of like my R's.
It's like me when I talk on the regular.
Yeah. When you're not trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really, really rough. And then we leave the Spaniard. Well, first we go to the bathroom. I don't know. I can't remember. This was a little touchy for me. I don't really remember.
It's a little touch and go for a moment.
Yeah, from this side out, there are some black spots. I was like browning out at this point. I like in the bathroom, I remember I like walked into, I think there was a shelf above the toilet, walked into it and I banged my head on it. And I was like, ow. And I like hit my head
You were
hard.
like, what?
Ow. Ow. I hit my head so fucking hard and I was like, fuck. But I was like kind of drunk, so I was like, whatever. Then I walk out and then I walk back in. I do this same thing, like not even a minute later. Bonk my head on the other side. So I have a goose egg over here behind my hair that you can't see. And then I woke up the next morning when I was like I woke up on the couch, like in disheveled, confused, like where the fuck am I? I look in my mirror and I'm like, oh my God, like was I like drunk, like trying to pop a pimple because I had this like big red gash with like a little dot like where I had hit the corner of the shelf. And I seriously thought I like was drunk, like just trying to pop a pimple on my forehead or something. And then I realized I was like, oh no, I ran into that shelf.
Yeah.
It was rough.
We had a great time.
Well, then we leave the Spaniard.
Yeah, and I got canes.
No, before that. I don't know why. I think
oh my God,
I'm
sorry.
Called
no.
Here's
Here's what happened. He was wearing a backpack and like, if you're looking at the video version, like, you know, like that little finance walk, you know? And Hallie goes, okay, finance, bro, as this man like walks past us. And he's like, actually, I don't work in finance, I work in marketing.
And then Jazz like, well, where are you coming from with that backpack? And he's like, I'm actually coming from a date. And then we're like,
well, tell us about the date.
How was it? I'm not exaggerating. We talked to him for 15 minutes on the street. Jazz is like giving full life advice. He's like, yeah, I don't know.
Because he's talking about
really
this girl.
great.
Like, this is our third date. It's not you. It's not you. It's their third date. They kiss for the first time. Like, he's like, I'm just like a little like hesitant because like she had some like trauma with her parents growing up and she like won't open up and blah, 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 blah. And so I start yapping. Well, my fiance, like when I first met him, I was a stone cold bitch basically. And like he made me soft and warm inside, blah, blah, blah. We're just yapping.
Yeah, like completely oversharing.
Yeah.
For like 15 minutes. And then, yeah, we get in another car. We go to...
But he was a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's super sweet. I wish the best for him.
Yeah. They work it out.
Yeah. But no, then we get to the after party and there's a Cane's like
no,
nearby.
I got Cane's.
I know. Jazz like, I need to go. I'm like, can we please just like, do you really have? No, I'm getting it. So she like goes in, she gets these fucking chicken tenders.
I'm sorry. When you are drunk and you decide you are hungry, you need food.
Okay. So we go, she gets Cane's. She has it in the box, like whatever. We go up to the after party. I am not getting, we walk in. Cane's has catered the party. Every single thing that she had just bought is sitting in plenty in front of her.
And every person and like, we don't know most people here. And they're all like, oh, Nick, you brought your own.
Yeah, like you look fucking weird. Like they have a whole giant like catering trays of these. And she like brought her own little 3-pack of them.
And I was like, I wasn't sure if that'd be enough to go around. Spoiler alert.
Like you have like
there was more than enough to go.
Oh my God, you could have taken a whole tray for yourself. Oh my God, it's so funny.
But it was so good.
Yeah. I was pretty hungry because we didn't eat dinner, so because we just like showed up at the concert.
I ate some serious.
Well, you had like 3 technically dinners because then you had Taco Bell after, right?
Oh, so I got home. Well, actually, I had also had multiple pieces of sushi at MSG. But then I got home and I was like, I was obviously drunk on my way home. And I was like, Kevin, like I got you food because I got him Cane's.
Yeah.
I gave it to him. But then apparently I started crying because he ate my Cane's that I got for him. But I apparently wasn't done eating it.
Gotcha.
So then I had to order Taco Bell because I was still hungry. And so I had multiple meals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I came home and I had told Reed like, oh, like don't worry, like because we had like a dinner planned and then I forgot I was going to this concert. So I was like, oh, just make it. I'll be home by like 8 at the latest. I walk in at like midnight because he saved me, like whatever.
It was late.
It was very late. And I'm just digging into this. It was like such a like Reed meal where it's like so complex. It's like parsnip puree with carrot, whatever, and all this bullshit. And I'm just like shoving it in my mouth like this fucking parsnip, whatever. But it was good. So I think, yeah.
So we had a great time basically.
Yeah.
And then guys, I hate to say it after what I said previously, but I was hungover the next day. I was sick. But I would like to point out, I've been saying I haven't been sick or hungover because I've been drinking 21 Seeds, and that still stands.
Yeah.
I did not drink 21 Seeds that night I was sick.
No, yeah, we had like weird
Tonight,
tequila.
I will be drinking 21 Seeds.
Okay.
I honestly might start filling like little shooters with 21 Seeds and bringing it to the bar.
Yeah.
It's like, not enough bars carry 21 Seeds. And like, it's the only thing that prevents my hangover.
Okay.
And I was on live yesterday and some people were like, do you think like you drink too much? I would like to point out that Peyton was sitting here on this couch with us last week. She was sitting here and saying that she is 30 and she still blacks out. Okay, I have years left.
Yeah.
Years.
Unless you're married, or I'm sorry, having a kid. I feel like that's when.
And like, I'm responsible. I live life. Like, God forbid.
No, yeah.
I hate the drinking allegations.
No, I've been
Sorry.
too much.
Drinking allegations are valid. I hate the over drinking allegations. Like, it's.
Yeah, no, we went out to dinner last night and then I ended up having a little boys' night with some of my guy friends. There was no girls, unfortunately. But I still had a fun time. I don't even know. I didn't get home till like 2 a.m. I don't know what we were doing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I had one drink at dinner and I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah, I had some anxiety this morning. I was like, did I say anything? Like, I don't know.
Do you remember what you've always remember? You were not blacked out at all, but like about the Margot Robbie thing at dinner?
What did I say?
When we were talking about like bachelorette parties. I was like, would you like want a stripper to Kevin?
Why do I not remember that?
Something about, okay. Well, important context. Forever ago, we were talking about like celebrity crushes, whatever, and like Kevin had happened to say Margot Robbie, and I was probably imagine why I was a little offended.
It was like the way, it was the delivery of it that was funny. Where it was like, I think we asked Kevin and Reed, like, who's your celebrity crushes? Reed's kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, and as he's doing that, Kevin just goes, Margot Robbie. And we're like, oh. It's like, oh, okay.
No,
anyway, what did I say?
But then I was like, would you like want like a stripper? And he's like, no. And then you were like, would you want like a Margot Robbie lookalike? And he's like, no, I don't really care. And you're like, well, I could do it.
Oh,
and then you start going, who are you fucking owl across the dinner
Oh,
table?
yeah, okay, I do remember that. Yeah. I was like, I could do it.
What's the other line that she does where she's like,
it's gonna be short skirts
that's what
around
you were
here
doing
or
at
whatever.
dinner.
Yeah.
And it was really funny.
Obviously, I was kidding.
Yeah, that is obviously isn't her dream by any means.
No.
But you asked me a question that you wanted me to answer in the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't answer it yesterday.
I asked Kevin, but I told her not to answer until. I was asking, what would you say is a valid excuse for someone you invited to your wedding to back out less than a week before the wedding? That you wouldn't be like terribly mad at them, you'd understand.
If someone close to them died,
okay,
for sure. But I think I'm just a fairly understanding person, I feel like.
Yeah.
If you're in the wedding party, I feel like it has to be like a pretty good reason.
Like what?
Like a death.
Only death?
I guess I would like need an example, but like death's the first thing that comes to mind.
Well, yeah.
Obviously. But like anyone else who's just like there who's like not in the party, but like even if we're just friends, like if you have something going on, like if you it has to be like a good reason, but like what's a good reason besides death? Sick on your deathbed? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I can't think of why I would not show up to a wedding. Like if I RSVP, yes, I will be there.
Yeah.
And if someone RSVPs and says, yes, I will be there to my wedding, and they don't show up, they better have a good ass fucking reason, or they will be receiving an invoice for their plate.
Yeah, what's the reason though? That's what I'm asking you.
I can't think. What? I don't even know. Why would you not show up? I can't think of a reason why someone wouldn't show up.
What if like, okay, like an influencer you invite that you're friends with, like you are friends with them, but you're not like super close, they're not in the wedding. He's like, I got invited on this trip and I'm getting paid a lot of money to go. Would you be like, all right?
I would send them an invoice.
Okay.
Like you could not come, I guess. Like if that's like your choice in life, but like I'm gonna be like salty and I will send you an invoice.
Well, if you were invited to somebody's wedding and a brand asked you, like a brand you really wanted to work with was like, hey, we're doing this brand trip. You got it like a week prior. Like it was like a kind of last minute thing. And they were paying you to go, like a good check.
Is it someone that I know? I'm just like a +1.
No, you're like an influencer we know is getting married.
If I RSVP'd, yes, I would go.
You would not go to the brand trip?
Yeah.
Really?
Like literally, what's a brand I love? Why am I blanking right now? Like what do I like? If Diet Coke was like, hey, we're going on a trip to our factory this week, we're paying you XYZ. And if I RSVP'd,
you wouldn't go?
If I RSVP'd yes to a wedding, like that's blocked off. I don't block anything off my calendar, but I would block off a wedding. And I have said no to money. Like when I had my 2 friends' weddings last year, I got invited on something and I had to say no.
Yeah.
But like it's because like it's a wedding. It's not like I can just redo it.
No, I know.
So yeah, have a good ass reason, or just like don't say yes if you can't make it.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Like I think if you're saying I will be there, that day should be blocked off like for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But period. Okay, I have a question for you. I've been dying to ask you this. If you could burn one thing from my closet, what would it be?
The love purse.
Really? I love that purse.
I don't not like it. It's just the first thing that came to mind.
Came like really quickly.
It's just the first thing that came to mind. I
Why don't you like my bag?
I don't dislike it. I like it.
You said you would burn it.
If I had to pick something.
Of all things, that's what you would pick?
I don't know. That was the first thing that came to mind. I don't dislike it.
Okay.
I've just seen what I needed to see from it.
Wow, I think it's such a fun bag.
I think it's cute. I like it, and I think it's fun for an occasion. Like
I'm just surprised that that's what you would choose to burn.
wear it to tennis.
I think there's
cute.
way worse things that I have in my closet that you could choose to burn.
Bad. I can't think of something else that I don't like.
Okay.
What would you burn for mine?
Give me a second. I'm giving it any thought. You were just so quick to respond. So glad I asked. I don't know why I didn't think about this prior.
Yeah, I thought you came prepared with
I
an answer.
just
That's
really
why
I just wanted to know.
That's why I came out swinging, because I was ready for you to be like, "Oh, this fucking thing I hate."
No, like I don't know.
You're like scrolling through my Instagram.
Yeah, there definitely is something that I would burn.
I'm sure I'd probably burn a couple things too.
But off the top, like, there's nothing that you wear. You don't really repeat anything, so it's like hard for me to think of like what I would like. Like that has to go.
Maybe my I keep saying that my Triangle Prada bag. I would burn that. I'm kind of over it. She did her big one, and I'm done with her. She also looks.
Oh, actually, no. I know what I would burn. I don't like it. Well, sorry. I don't dislike it. It's not my favorite thing that you have. I would burn that YSL purse with the black and gold circles on it.
Yeah, she did her big one too. I think I bought that on the Real, and I'm pretty sure for like a designer purse, it was like kind of inexpensive. It was like, I don't really ever wear that bag that much, but it was like $1,000 something. Like, and I was like, oh wait, I like gold, and like that's why I bought it originally. But now I don't know. I never really wear. I don't really like any of my purses. Like I kind of want to get rid of all of them and just. I don't know. I like my dog bag that I just bought, but I feel like I've beaten all of my purses into the ground. I treat my purses terribly. I don't know. What?
I do. Speechless.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not into the whole like designer logo thing either. Like I used to think every time I stepped out, a bag needed to have a designer logo on it, and I only had like a couple, but I was like, yeah, like it has to. And then now I kind of just, I don't know.
This is my favorite bag right now, guys.
Yeah,
like, okay, like I can't even express to you guys like how much I love this bag. This is not an ad, obviously. But it comes in so many colors.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like an ad, but I love this bag. It fits so much stuff. It's so great. It's
Freja.
That's how you say it. Freja. But it fits so much. The straps are always together, so it doesn't like fall down. It just great, fantastic.
I've been wearing it as
so many sizes too. They have so many.
I also have it in white.
And it's actually reasonably priced for like how good of a quality bag it is, I feel like.
I just like that it doesn't like take away. It's like almost like it just goes with every outfit because it doesn't take away from it. It's not like a shape or like a whatever. It just kind of like blends in where it's, I don't know, it's just an easy bag.
Yeah. So looking for a new bag.
I have been liking that bag.
Recommend. Obviously, I love Costco. I went to Costco this week to get an ice maker. Spoiler alert, they don't have the ice maker anymore. No big deal. I get some other things that I wanted. I go out to my car. I'm loading up my car. I have the back of I have a Jeep if you didn't know. Like there's like a back, like what's that back thing called?
Trunk?
Sure, like the trunk thing. Big thing opens up. I realize there's too much stuff in the back. I'm like, I'll just put it in the back seat. So I hit the button to have it automatically shut the trunk. And I go around to like the side door and I put the groceries in there. It's shutting and I'm like putting my groceries in the side of the car. This man walks into my trunk as it's shutting from like way above. And I hear him go, wah! Like so pissed and angry. And I see it happen. I'm like, I can just feel the energy that he's about to get mad at me for this. Like he was not looking where he was going and I can just tell he's about to take it out of me. I'm like, I'm just going to keep my eyes in my vehicle and not look his
and like
direction.
pretend like you didn't.
And I see him like looking around at like looking for me to like yell at me. I'm like, simply so far from my problem. And I see him like go in his car. He gets a napkin. His head is literally bleeding. He really walked straight into my fucking trunk. But again, not my fault. And I see him like literally looking like in my windows, like looking for me. And I'm like, I will just not make eye contact. I'm like, I'm not doing this today. And I got in my car and I drove off. But this man, and again, I want to preface, if this man was like old, I needed help, I would be like, are you okay? Can I help you? This man was maybe like 34.
Okay.
He did not need my help. What he needs is to get off his fucking phone and pay attention.
Yeah.
People say that our generation has the problem with being on our phones. Point A. Huh? My God, so irritating. But how you damage my fucking car? What the hell?
Yeah.
Ugh, ridiculous.
Anyways,
that was very not fun for me.
That's funny as fuck.
I honestly hated that. I was like, I could feel the blame through his eyes and like his searching for me.
No, that's crazy.
We were talking about this the other day, but we could never be in like the healthcare space with like HIPAA. Like, I cannot imagine not yapping about what was going on. And it's crazy because people, not crazy, it's fantastic, respect it so much that people actually follow those rules.
The restraint it would take to not gossip about shit like that happens at work. I literally could not or would not do it. And that's why I am not a healthcare provider.
Yeah.
But
like, I know I've been to like doctor's offices for certain things and people have like, I'm like, oh, I think they like kind of like recognize me. Like there's like something to it. I'm like, well, like they really can't go home and tell their friends.
Yeah.
Like about like my personal business, which is like as it should be, obviously. But I could never. Like I'm not like a gossiper or like a yapper to most people, but I don't think there's anything in my life that's happened since we became like good friends that I have not told you.
No, I agree. So I
like you'd be my first call.
Imagine, like something crazy happens at work or you see something and you're not allowed to say it. I literally would. I would just do it and I would get fired.
It's like the thing of like people who don't have anxiety, they can't conceptualize it. I cannot conceptualize the fact of like not sharing tea with you.
I know. That's actually, it's like the restraint it would take is truly unmatched. And I have so much respect for people in the healthcare industry. It's crazy. Because her friend that I've become friends with is a nurse, and it's like so wild that like he really does just keep his mouth shut, and that's so crazy.
And I'm like, I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
And I guess obviously when like you're licensed and you put in that much work to like get there, like obviously you care, but like I cannot imagine being able to do that.
I know.
Like it's genuinely very, very impressive. Okay, Seppi, a bride's getting a divorce.
That's crazy.
After 2 months, she's getting a divorce, and I like watched her video. Like, I'm sorry, I watched it, but like I wasn't really there. I was hungover when I watched it, so I don't have much context to give. Go look it up yourself. But people were in the comments like, I could tell you this is going to happen. Like, it was never about the photos; it was about the marriage. I'm like,
that's
okay, but had it been successful, would you have said that? Like, my least favorite thing ever is when like people have an idea in their head, and then like it goes one way. Like, well, I knew it. Okay, but if it would have worked out, would you have also known it?
I know. You can always say you knew it. Like hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
That is like wild. That's so funny.
Yeah, but like I can imagine like the whole internet like being behind knowing about like my pictures I was freaking out about. And then 2 months later, I'm like literally divorced.
Yeah. That's rough. I do feel bad for her. I wonder, did she say what happened?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll watch it later, but very interesting.
Yeah, I do feel bad for her. It is also crazy, like, but you think it's so crazy, like, oh, how do you get married? But you never know till you're in that position. Like, you have no idea what happened or why.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she found out some crazy information that, like, I don't know. You go through somebody's phone, you're like, oh my God, I don't fucking know. But because it is like, I feel like there's a lot of judgment around, like, getting a divorce quickly or, you know, breaking up or whatever. But I feel like you never know till you're in that situation.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It does, obviously, like, the gossip in me is like,
I'm curious. I'm so curious.
What
like,
happened that made 2 months of marriage, like.
And I'm like, did you know before the wedding? And like, you just like,
yeah,
like went through with it? Or like, were you hesitant beforehand? Like, was the play? Like, I have so many questions. But at the end of the day, it's none of my business.
Yeah.
So I won't look into it further.
Well, if she's putting it out there, then she's people's business. But
also, it's like there's always two sides to everything. It's like, okay, well, what was his perspective?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously we really only hang out with each other for the most part. Like we have other friends. There's been so many people recently where I'm like, oh, like, we would like probably be good friends. Like I would like you as a person, and people like will try to hang out with me, but I don't have the energy to hang out with new people.
Yeah.
Like I think we will vibe. Like if we hung out would we vibe? Yes. Like, would I probably like you and like we would be decent friends? Yes. But I physically like don't have it in me to do it. And I feel really bad about it because people try to make plans. I'm like, it's like, it's not that I don't like you. It's not that I don't think we would vibe. I don't think I'm not capable of having more friends.
Well, because also like it's not just a one-time thing. It's like then we have to hang out every week, and it's like now I've committed to like, or like not every week,
but like
you know,
getting to know someone like that.
I know. No, it takes work.
And I hate that people like think. Well, like I guess I might even be projecting because like it's happened to be in the past. But it's not the fact that like I'm like getting married and like I have Kevin. And just like I don't have time. Like I like being alone.
Yeah.
And like the times where I get to be alone, I like to appreciate it. I'm like I don't want to go now meet and get to know and vibe with someone else.
No, it's just hard.
But it's hard because like I meet people like randomly like out like in some space. I'm like, oh, I think we would be like, actually good friends. Like and they want to hang out. And I want to hang out with you too. I do want to, but I don't have the capacity to be able to actually follow through with it.
I'm like a big proponent for like, well, I like when things happen like more naturally where it's not like, hey, let's go get like lunch. I'm a big proponent for like killing a lot of birds with one stone. I love a big group hangout.
Yeah.
So like, because it's just like sometimes I'm like, if I was to hang out with all of my friends individually, I would be booked for the next,
exhausted.
you know, like no.
But
so
like,
it's nice to be like, oh my God, everybody, let's go out tonight. Let's have a
Yes.
girls' night, Thursday night.
That's why I like I live in overlap.
Yeah.
But like, but you also have to hang out with them like a little bit at first to be able to get to the overlap.
Mm.
And it's like, the getting to the point before that is like, I can't.
No, it's hard.
Because like us, like I can see you every day, but like we're not actually like doing anything of substance. Like it's like so low maintenance.
Yeah.
To like go meet up with someone for like a drink or lunch or whatever, or coffee, whatever it may be.
Yeah. It's like, you don't, not put
No,
on a
you
show,
can't
but
even
it's
like,
oh my God.
and it's not even, because it's not fake. It is genuine, but it's like I can't like with you, like be on my phone, like and not listen to you.
Yeah.
Like it's fine, not a big deal. But with a new person, you can't be like that yet. Because like you want to like genuinely get to know them, but that takes like effort that I don't think I have at the moment.
I know.
Which sucks because like I've met so many people. I'm like, I think you would actually vibe, but I don't have it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard.
It is. Then I feel mean.
Yeah, I get that.
And I hate like making a plan and like not following through, like canceling or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like
know.
that's like tough about being an adult. I miss like being a kid, and, like your parents like set up a play date for you.
No, I know.
Like that was an ideal vibe for me.
That's how I feel like Kevin and Reed feel half the time. We're just like setting up play dates.
No,
Like,
100%.
here's your plans.
Yeah.
Like we just make them. I don't ask if that's okay.
Yeah.
And they're just forced along to do whatever we're doing a lot of days.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. And I like that. It works.
Yeah.
Like they're very both like easygoing people.
Yeah. They're like, all right.
And I think it's just also just like a guy thing. Guys just don't care.
No, they don't.
Like,
well, they don't even make plans. I feel like
they don't need a plan.
Yeah. Except Reed is very like, I feel like a lot of guys are like really like guys I've like talked to in the past or like been in guy friend groups or like whatever. I would always be like, hey, so like, are we doing this next weekend? Like, is this happening? Like, I don't know. We haven't talked about it. And they just like won't talk about it till like day of it's happening. And it drives me like insane. And that's how a lot of men, yeah, but it's how guys are.
Men are just like that.
And there's no info. But Reed is like kind of a big planner, which is like a more unique quality I've seen in a guy where he just really likes to know like a solid plan and he doesn't like when the plans change. And it like drives me a little nuts sometimes because like I feel like you're kind of a guy in that sense too, where like a lot of times you're like, I don't know, we'll figure it. Like, I don't know what time, like, or whatever. You don't have.
It depends what it is.
Solid plans. Yes, it depends. But I'm saying sometimes, like, even if it's like, like, what time are we pre-gaming? Like something like that, where you'd be like, whatever, we'll fucking figure it out when I'm ready. Like, Reed's like, well, what time? What time? And I like, it'll be like at 7 a.m. What time are people coming over tonight? Just, I'm like, why do you fucking need to know? Like, I don't know.
I think I really did used to be like very to a T though, and I feel like I've just gotten way more chill as like the years go on.
Maybe. I don't know.
But everyone's different.
No, yeah. I don't know. I'm like in the middle of planning and not. I'm more like punctual.
I wouldn't say you're a great planner. I feel like you're on time, but I wouldn't say you're a great planner.
Well, what are we talking about? Like planning? Like, I don't think I'm not a planner. Like, I'm not organized or like a planner like that. I mean, but I'm saying like, I'm just talking about like a pregame, right? I'm like, everybody come at this time and like whatever. And I feel like you're not like that. You're like, Because like tonight, like I text everybody, hey, like our friend really wants us to be at his party at like this specific time. So we're like, I am very anal about it where I'm like, okay, he wants us to come. So we really need to at least have like an hour to pregame. So I want everybody to come at this time, and that's how I think about it in my head. I know you're going to disrespect that and just like not show up. I know the time he wants us to be there is when you're going to be ready to pregame.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
It's literally not.
Okay, then
Like,
show up at the time I said.
What time did you say?
7.
I will be there at 7.
Okay, really?
Potentially.
Yeah, I know you're not going to.
I just I like the freedom of living in my own world.
Yeah, I find it a little bit disrespectful.
The thing is, I won't ever do it to like one person individually. But if you have other people there, you don't need me.
I don't understand though. Then you're not pre-gaming at all. There's no point. Like, why can't you just come like at 7?
Because no one else is getting there at 7.
Well, 1, we invited like 2 other people. It's literally me and you and Kevin and Reed and Izzy. Who else did we invite? Everybody else is out of fucking town.
Okay, well, my point though is like if I'm late, like okay, what? Like you still have people there.
No, it's disrespectful to me and my time and like the fact that.
Are you having the party either way if I'm not there?
It's not a party.
Sorry,
There's like 5 people.
Is the pregame going on if I'm not there?
Well, then it's just me and Reed pre-gaming. I'm like, oh, I wish my friends were here. Isn't that sweet?
You have multiple other
Isn't
friends
that
there.
Sweet? What other friends?
Izzy and Keon.
Keon's not coming. It's his fucking party.
He said he wanted
No,
to
he didn't. Read the text. He said, I can't come. I have to be at the venue at 7:45.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Well, originally he told me he wanted to pregame. He told me that yesterday on the phone.
No, he cannot.
Maybe he changed his mind. I don't know.
He can't pregame.
But even like last time though, like you did this too. You're like, you were pissed at me for like being late. I'm like, there's 20 other people here.
No.
Like, well, I get I am the life of the party, but does the life of the party need to be there immediately? No.
This is fucking rude. This is rude. I'm like, hey, like I planned this house party. Can you please?
You want to talk rude?
Can you please come at like this time? And because I was like inviting a lot of different friends from like different friend groups and stuff. And so I was like, I don't know who's going to show up first. And I don't know if these people are going to vibe with each other. I don't know who's coming when. So I was like, I would just really
I'm a peacemaker?
if I already had a couple other people here. So it's not just me and Reed with like a random friend and a random friend, like just so it's not a little bit awkward at the beginning of the thing. There's already a couple people here. Like it's all like good vibes. You can talk to whoever you want. And she doesn't show up till like
you were blacked out. You don't even know what time I got there.
Hour. No, you showed up quite late. I was not blacked out. I got blacked out after. But she shows up like
I was 30 minutes late.
Hour something.
I was 30 minutes late.
No, you were not. You were not.
I was 30 minutes late.
No, you were not.
Okay.
I promise you she was
I'll
not.
pull up the receipts. I'll add them on the screen.
All right, period. Anyway, and so she shows up like late, like well into like whatever. And so I had to do the little bit of an awkward like, hey, like it's just me and Reed standing there.
But how would I have
whatever.
fixed that?
It would have just created a little bit of a better vibe because there's more people already. And then it's not like I would have to feel like, it's literally just like these like people, because I feel like the first people that came in maybe felt a little bit uncomfortable because they're just standing there by themselves when it's literally just me and Reed. Like, and they're like, oh, are we too early type of thing. It would have just made the vibe a little bit better. And
so what you're saying is I bring such good vibes and so much comfort.
I do. I think you bring great vibes, but I think you could have showed up at the time. What were you doing?
Well,
there was nothing that you were doing.
I was getting ready.
You could have gotten ready earlier. That's just disrespectful to me.
I was working. You were late to things all the time.
Like what?
Prior.
No, I'm very punctual.
Okay.
It gives me stress to not be.
My point is, she texted me, she goes, can you come now? Like, I don't want to drink alone. I'm like, Reed is literally there with you. Like, it's not like I was holding the party from starting.
It's not to do with that, though. It's what I just explained.
But my point is, like, I get that. And like, okay, cool. Like if you would have explained it in the way of like, I would like some comfort in my friendship and like, you're so pretty and like nice and skinny. Like I probably would have been there on time. But like, if there's any other event that starts at 7, I'm not getting there at 7. Like, why should your party be any different? We show up to everyone else's party 15, 20 minutes late. Why can't I?
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing at all. And if you can't see that, that's a big issue. I don't think that. I think if somebody is like, if it's a party, no, I wouldn't show up at the exact moment that the party starts because they don't want you to show up at that time.
Like pre-game and party, there's a difference right now. Yes, pre-game and party, there's a difference right now.
Well, it just depends on what the function is.
Okay, so if there's a function we're going to. Someone else we know is throwing a pre-game. Are we going to be 15 minutes late?
Yes, but I'm not.
So why is it different when you're throwing it?
Because it's just us. You're acting like this is a giant party. Like if
you invited 25 people.
To what?
The pregame.
Tonight?
No, we're still on your housewarming.
Okay, that was different. That was what the exact situation I just explained. I'm not going to beat that topic into the ground again.
But I'm just asking real quick, if there was a pregame that someone else was hosting.
If I was not as close with somebody, I'm not going to show up at the moment the party starts. Not because I would honestly like to. I like to start things earlier.
Okay.
And I would rather be there on the time. I think it's weird and a little bit like, I feel like the person, if I'm not as close with them,
So you know
if they have a party starting at 8, I'm not going to show up at 8 because then nobody else is going to be there and they don't want to just like entertain me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so I think there was just a slight miscommunication, like maybe on like both sides, where like I thought like I was treating it like any other party we go to. We're always a little bit late, so I'm like, oh, like people will show like whatever, and you see people are gonna be in and out. So
do you not think your friends should show up at the time? Like,
and I'm something if I knew that was important to you for that reason, like how much you value our friendship and like having my comfort and like vibes.
Tonight, it's like you. I also don't agree and say, oh, I'll be there at 7 if you're not going to be there at 7. Yes, you did. You would go back and read the text because I know you were like, yeah, that works, cool. Like, whatever.
It's like, it's a generalized time.
No, it's not because I'm going to leave and get to his party
I feel like
at the
right
time
now,
that he wants.
the real issue is like you're not respecting my culture of like being black and being late.
You can't just pull that. It's not how that works.
It's quiet, ain't no back talk. But now that I know the real reason, like why you.
So you're gonna be ready at 7 today?
If you'd like me to be there at 7, I'll be there.
I would because you're acting like this is a giant party. It's like literally you and Kevin,
Maddie, and oh my God, Maddie and there's even more people.
I don't even trust that they're gonna show up.
Okay,
like I have zero faith in that.
I'm so glad we've established this.
Also, because this is the thing, all you're going to do is just delay.
So I think that what's the most important takeaway here is in the future, if you are more open about how much our friendship means to you and like how like it helps the vibes of the night be curated better, my ass will be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you would start with like sweetsy and cutesy and like nice. And, like,
I don't think I should have to be sweetsy and cutesy for you to show up.
I mean, I'm always going to show up for you.
Just really late.
The other day she called me and she's like, there's someone scaring outside my door. What did I do? Put on my shoes and I ran. I booked it down miles to her apartment.
Miles.
A decent amount.
No, she did not. Just leave it at that.
But I came over. Immediately, I dropped what I was doing.
This guy comes and is delivering something. I had no idea. He had no like labeling on. It's not like he was wearing like an Amazon or FedEx thing. He's just like literally looks like a normal guy. He rings my door and I like buzz him in. I think he's just delivering a package. And so I thought he was going to leave it like at the bottom of my like lobby. And he ends up coming up to my apartment. And so he's like knocking on the door and like I just rule of thumb, like I got punched in the face, like I don't fuck with like random men. And so I don't open the door unless like I know like my Uber Eats is like it's delivering and like I have to like open to give them a pin or something.
Yeah, you see the delivery bag.
And I
like,
knew
it
it's
makes
like
sense.
okay, this isn't like whatever. But I had no idea that this man is. He just is buzzed. So I'm like, okay, like I'm just not gonna open the door. So I'm like, I wasn't expecting anything, so I was like, oh, like, you can just leave it, thanks. He's like, open the door. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, if Reed was home, I would have opened the door, but he wasn't. So I'm just like, no, it's okay. Like, please just leave it. You can leave whatever it is, no problem. Just set it on the ground. He's like, no, open the door. And then he's like, are you Hallie McGugan? And I'm like, yeah, yes. And I'm like scared. I'm like, why does he like, he's using my full name. Brands usually don't use my name. He's like banging on my door. And I hear him start to twist my door, like trying to open
get
my
in.
door. So weird. And I was like, no, I don't fuck with that. I was like, please just leave it. Please just leave it. And then he's screaming. He's like, gotta call fucking dispatch because like, you won't, like, I don't think I'm supposed to just leave it. And I was like getting so scared. He was just being so aggressive that I was like, I don't like
this.
You're
panicking.
So he ends up like leaving it. It was like I was getting a courier, like sent something over. I didn't realize this, like whatever. But then I like called Jazz while he's still banging at my door, like trying to get in. And then she comes over and like is outside. And as she's like on the phone and I'm describing to her what he looks like. And he, like she literally, a man walks past her and he's like, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, I go, was he wearing XYZ? She's like, yes. I'm like, I just saw him.
Like so weird. Yeah, so really crazy, but whatever.
So the point is, I'm always there for her. I'm such a good.
I think you're a great friend. I think you could show up on time. I don't think that's too much.
100%. And like now I know that reasoning is. I'm just more motivated to like show up on time. But we're headed to Vegas this weekend. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to be in Vegas. I think we'll have fun. I'm just like really dreading the flight part, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Also, did we say this story on the podcast? So. I'll sum it up for you guys really quickly because I can't remember if we talked about this. But basically, Jazz and I were a couple weeks ago. We like were flying. Like Amazon obviously is like taking.
Oh, we talked about the flights first class thing?
Did we tell them?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, yeah.
We
So like
clipped
Amazon's taking us to Vegas. They book our flights, and then we decide on a red eye. We're like on the way back. We were like, okay, we're gonna be tired, so like we should upgrade to first class. So we upgraded to first class. We're both like on the app doing it. Jazz.
I was successful. She wasn't.
Yeah.
Today she fucking books her shit a third of the price of mine.
Like, well, because like, yeah, mine was like more expensive. It was going to be more expensive because she took the last seat at that price when we were booking it weeks ago. So I've been checking it, and it's been at the price that was like crazy. It was like $1,700 for like just one way. I was like, I'm not paying that, obviously.
I obviously did not pay that.
Hers was way cheaper. Mine got bumped up after. But today I check when I'm checking into the flight, it was lowered. It was like $200 to upgrade to first class. I was like, are you kidding me? Obviously, yeah. So I got a really good discount, and I'm really happy about it. I'm feeling really good. Yeah. Maybe you should have just waited. I'm fully kidding.
It hasn't even scabbed.
I know, not funny. No, I'd be annoyed if I pay. Like, I mean, you didn't pay that much more than that, but that just the couple $100. I'd be like,
just the
really?
Principle. Like, if you guys know me, you know it's all about the principle.
Yeah. You like call United. You're like, my friend got a lower price.
No, dead ass. I fully would. Like, guys, the principle is always. It's always going to be me. Like, I'm always going to be like pissed about the principle. And that's never changing.
Jazz stands on principle so hard, like to the point where it's like you exhaust yourself sometimes with like.
But it's literally the principle.
I know,
like,
but it's just funny because like I'm the opposite where I like I know that something's fucked up. I don't give a shit. Like, right, like
if you tell me something is one way and like you that is your like your business like motto, like whatever it is, like. You better fucking stand behind it.
No, I know. I just don't have
That's
the effort.
why I love
don't
Costco.
care.
Like, they have great customer service. Yeah. If they say, like, it is returnable, it is returnable. They don't care if it's 6 years from now. You can fucking return it. And, like, if you're not willing to stand behind it, don't put that out there into the world. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. Like, for example, when I was, like, 14 years old, I bought myself my first pair of Uggs, okay? I was living in Alaska. And if you guys didn't know, did I talk about the podiatrist yet?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll get to that in a second. A little bit. Hold on. Mouth is really, Anyways, so I have some toenails that kind of cave in. And eventually, like, my toenail went through my Uggs. I bought them at Nordstrom. Nordstrom has a great return policy.
Your toenail went through your Uggs?
I wore them every day. It's cold there, okay? Eventually, it tore through.
It tore, like, through the...
Yes, okay?
Oh, wow.
And they made them thinner back then, okay? They really were. I swear. Like, I really swear. And I bought them at Nordstrom because they have a great return policies. I bought everything there back when I was like, I saved all my money to go. Besides the point, okay? I get my Uggs. Their toenail gone through. So what do? I take them back to get a new pair because I only had them for like not even a full season. My rip.
You got some sharp toes. Good Lord.
I know. Anyways, and they go, can't do. I'm like, you guys took a tire back here once because it used to be a tire shop at one point. Like, no, we're taking my Uggs. Principal, I argued at that bold age of 14 because, like, you don't say you can return anything, like, no time frame if you don't mean it, okay? And so eventually I got my new Uggs.
Oh, that's so
But I actually did end up working at Nordstrom afterwards, like in high school, because
the principal.
I thought that I should be able to advocate for the return policy.
Okay.
And I did. I give it back. Give it to me. Totally get it. No big deal. My commission down the drain, even though I was already paid for it 6 months ago, no big deal. Give it to me. And I stood on that because, like, that's why I wanted to work there, because, like, good customer service. Yeah. I love that idea. Yeah. Like, I love being able to, like, follow through with things.
Yeah.
But the point is, my toenails, I had an issue with them for a long time, and I'm finally getting them fixed.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
So excited for you.
Principle's important, though.
Yeah.
So, like, don't let anyone walk all over you. If they say it is a certain way, you let them know.
Yeah.
They said it was a certain way. You didn't make the rules. They did. They should follow through. God forbid.
Preach it.
Period. I'm really excited. I started Glee last night with Kevin. He's never seen it, and he's like, this show's really funny. I'm like, I know. Because he thought it was all singing. I'm like, there's so much more to it than singing.
Okay, I love that.
So that's really fun for me. So doing like bedtime watch, like one episode a night.
Okay,
type of thing. Yeah.
Cute.
You've been watching Tell Me Lies.
Yeah.
What do you think of that recommendation that you received from some really, really skinny, pretty, gorgeous girl? Do you want to talk about her or start the show?
Her name is Jazz.
Sorry, I meant
She's amazing. No, the show's good. I like want to know what happens. I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of been like on my phone a little bit, but I do understand what's happening for the most part. But Reed watches it and I'll be like, oh my God. I imagine me on my phone like clacking away, like, but I'm like listening. But then like something will happen. I didn't watch it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, wait, what? And then I make him like recap what just happened to me instead of just watching the show, you know? But I have been like watching a little bit more because I got invested because I didn't realize like that Stephen guy is just this really big dick, really bad person in general.
Overall,
yeah, it's a good show though. I would recommend watching it. I need to get caught up on all the lore though. We have more.
Yeah, there's so much more to get into.
Also the girl looks like Shailene Woodley to me, and I can't unsee it. And like, I just feel like she's Shailene Woodley. She's not, but
they look very
similar.
Yeah. Sorry, I rebooted.
Yeah,
sorry.
that.
I was on live yesterday, and people were asking like if I made more money than Kevin, and so on and so forth. And they were asking like how to split finances, like with a partner, or like when the girl makes more, like thoughts on like traditional roles of like paying for things.
I look at it like. I think it's so fucking obviously like Jazz and I both make more than Kevin and Reed. No shit.
We make more money than
that's like the thing. I think people want to look down at it. Reed does a great job. He makes a lot of money for his age. He's doing just fucking fine. He can support himself without me, no problem. Had been in the past, like whatever. But obviously, it's unheard of for people our age to be making the amount of money.
Yeah.
Just people at any age, obviously, make a lot of money. Like, no shit. Not to brag or like anything, obviously.
I feel like it's already kind of
it's just obvious.
It was brought up. It's
Anyway,
open.
I'm not giving disclaimers, like whatever. So, like no shit. But I think it's hard because people always want to look at it like the guy pays. And like, I agree, especially when you're first dating somebody maybe a little bit. I'm more like, okay, like you can pay for stuff.
Yeah.
Like Reed paid for our first dates because it's like, I'm not investing money in you if like, I don't know if
where
this is
things are
working
going.
out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, whatever. But now, like, I honestly think it would be like very disrespectful and weird of me to not like, I don't pay for everything. I look at it like, what would he be paying for in a normal relation, like in a relationship with a girl who made either the same amount as him or like less than him? What would he be paying for, and what would that look like? And that's what I expect him to pay for. If I'm going on some fucking vacation, I'm not like, buy your flight and match me out, like, you know what I'm saying, or something that's like very out of the ordinary that he wouldn't be paying for. Because if I was dating, if roles were reversed and Reed made as much money as I do, and I made as much money as he did, even if I was fully able to support myself and pay for things, if I ever touched a fucking credit card with our like wage gap, people would be like, your boyfriend sucks. He's the worst person ever. Like, oh my God. And it would be looked at as terrible. So I'm like, I think it's weird just because I'm a girl. Why would I not like pay for some things like it because I make plenty of money to be able to do so? It makes no fucking sense.
I think also like for us, like we grew up very like middle class and normal.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's different when you grew up like with parents who like made a ton of money, or like you grew up like in a very traditional household where like one parent made so much money, like you're just like men do this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I grew up with a single mother, first of all, like, and then I mentioned my stepdad, and like they made very similar amounts of money. It's like we were very normal, just like whatever.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine like making significantly more money and not paying for significantly more things.
Yeah, exactly.
And also like I have expensive taste.
Yeah.
Like I like nice things, and like because like I have like worked to like get where I'm at and didn't just come from a bunch of money. I like to like treat myself to nicer things that I never would have imagined being able to have prior. And like Kevin could like eat ramen every day for the rest of his life and be perfectly happy. Like I'm the one, if I want to go to a nice dinner, we will go to a nice dinner. Like, is he forcing these things? No, but like, why would I not do that? And I would feel very bad as a person asking for someone to pay for things that they can't afford to pay for if like I didn't exist, but like the things that I'm choosing to do.
Yeah.
Does that make like,
no, 100%.
Get that.
Yeah.
But I think it just depends. Like, have an open conversation. Like, I feel like both of us have always been very comfortable talking about money.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like a taboo topic for. Like we didn't grow up with it being a taboo.
I think as long as the people you're having conversations with about money, you know, like I don't ever feel like, oh, she's bragging, like she's like whatever. As long
it's always a very open communication
honest,
type of thing.
Yeah, because I don't care, and I ask a lot of people, oh, like I don't know, I'm quite open with money because I don't think it needs to be like you can't talk about.
But I want to just clarify, I was like that even like from when I didn't do this job and make that type of money. Like, even in the beginning, I've always been just open in that sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I think like. if Reed is like, oh, like, let's go to this, I want to go to this restaurant, making a reservation for us, and like we go, I'm like, right, you can pay for it, like, you know, whatever. But then half the time, like, I'll be like, oh, I really want to go to this place and making a reservation, I'll pay for it. Then he buys drinks. It's just like, it is what it is. And like, again, that's all like normal dating stuff though that I look at and I'm like, okay, like it doesn't matter who you were dating or how much money you were like.
Yeah,
like,
I think it just depends like what your like mindset is. And like my mindset has never been like, it's like a role or gender thing. Like we pay percentages of things, like my percentage of my income and like percentage of like his income to like where it's realistic and it makes sense. But also like me and Kevin are getting married. Like I'm not saying like,
even matter.
I'm not saying my money is his money and like vice versa, but like to a certain extent it kind of is.
Well, once
yeah, just because like we're locked in for life. Like that's how like we are a team. And like I think I have a real hard time with like 50-50 because I just think there's so many nuances to what that could mean. Like people got so mad at like Jalen for talking about 50-50, like on people on podcasts, like scaring me to talk about 50-50, whatever. But like I feel like when you make a certain amount of money, like you don't need your first number one priority isn't to have someone bring in a bunch of money. Like you may look for other things. Because like for me, like I want someone to like enhance my life. Like I don't need you to enhance my life in a financial sense.
Yeah.
And like people can be like, oh, well, you don't have to like get rid of that box. You can have all boxes. Okay, great. But like that's not a priority for me.
Yeah, I think it's weird. It would be weird to choose someone based off of finances alone. Like, oh, I have to date somebody that makes the same amount or that can split things or like whatever. That doesn't. And also, that would be fucking impossible for us. Where the fuck are we finding guys? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, it just.
It shouldn't matter and it is stupid also.
But like, and people, I'm going to say we're fucking stupid. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm in a good place. I enjoy being in a good place. And like a lot of things I would be able to do without like the team work that we have within things.
Yeah. Yeah. People were commenting on like my apartment thing and they're like, how much does Reed pay? How much does this? And I'm like,
I get that all the time.
And it's like stupid because one, he pays the same amount he was just paying at his apartment. I paid the same amount I was paying at my last apartment. We combined apartments. And now like I wouldn't be able to afford that apartment without him. Like he very much is contribute. Like people are like, oh, Reed's so lucky. I'm like, well, I'm also lucky that he's able to pay this because I wouldn't be the full apartment rent that we're paying. Like I would not be able to afford that like comfortably on my own.
You wouldn't choose to do so.
And I would not pay that much for an apartment. But because he also we combined, now I can afford this great rent and I'm so excited and it's amazing. But like I also very much benefit from that too, even if it's not a direct 50-50 split.
I'm just not a 50-50 girl. And like if you are, that's okay. But like there's no right or wrong to me. Like do what's best for you and like be open and have your communication. But like I think if you're making significantly more than someone, you shouldn't have them paying for significantly more than they can afford.
Yeah. I also think it speaks a lot to both like Reed and Kevin, and I think that like especially in the past, like I've noticed.
Oh my God, it was horrible. They
Guys
can't.
They don't like that you make more money than them. Like it's not like, and even if you're not flexing it, you're not bragging it. It's just like when they start to kind of realize
they can put two and two together.
Things, it's like even if they don't say it, even if they don't like whatever, you can just tell their ego is like whatever. So to be able to be like, yep, my girlfriend makes more money than me is like honestly like it shouldn't be like like you get a gold medal, like whatever. It should be the bare minimum, but for a lot of guys, it's not.
Like every single person I had ever like gone on a date with prior, like talked to, like in a sense of like it was like it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like whether like they wanted to admit it was a thing or not, I could tell it was a thing. And like this is just like I'm not going to apologize for like working and like getting to where I'm at. Like I wasn't always here. Like I'm happy that I'm here.
Yeah.
If you can't celebrate that with me, like it's not for me.
No, I agree. I just think a lot of guys like have it in their head because they also are bogged down by this like societal role of like I need to be the provider and I need to make more money. So I think it's hard for them to get behind like maybe I wouldn't be in this sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
to each their own.
And I know there's a lot of girls like I feel like that I see videos or like whatever that make more money than their boyfriends. And I feel like just as long as you guys talk about it honestly and you set expectations and boundaries.
Yeah.
Because
it's all goes back to communication.
Yeah. I feel like yours is a little bit more now that you guys are getting married. It is like and I would see things way more as like a complete, like a almost like I would see things meshing together a lot more and I'd be like,
it's
oh,
much
whatever.
more of a partnership like once we like decided we were getting married.
But obviously like Reed and I keep our finances very separate, like whatever. But I'm not like okay, Venmo me this, that, like whatever. It's kind of just like I'll pay for this, you pay for that. And like we just have boundaries of like, I expect you to pay for this. Let's split this. Let's do this. And I don't know. I mean, obviously I would keep my finances separate for a while unless I was like getting married.
Yeah. So I hope that answered your questions.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we get a lot of like assumptions and questions. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's not like it's a secret.
Yeah.
And people always like, so, well, they're spoiling them.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
yeah.
And
no, I know people
like, first of all, that's not whatever that could mean is so many things. But like, okay, if I buy him a sweater, like now he doesn't love me.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
I know. Like,
but it was the opposite. Like, oh, trash.
I know. No, I know. That's what I think is like crazy. It's just like if I ever touched a credit card with a man that was making as much money as I do, like roles reverse, like people would literally be like, your boyfriend fucking hates you.
Yeah.
And I would kind of feel that way too.
Yeah.
And so we don't even do that. It's like they're still paying for shit. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Don't let people like be in your ear telling you what's right or wrong, like including us. Like, do what makes sense for you,
Literally.
like what you feel good about.
And as long as you don't feel by any means that you're being taken advantage of, like, Rita's never expected me to pay for anything ever or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if you feel your boyfriend's kind of like, can you buy me this? Like,
that's a different story.
That's weird.
But if you just like, for example, I'm a gift giver. Clearly, like I love to give gifts. If I see something that reminds me of someone, like someone would like, I'm gonna get it.
Well, like low-key, like if I buy Reed, like I haven't bought him clothes actually in a while, but like if I do, it's like it's low-key benefiting me because I'm like, okay, I want you to wear this shirt because I think you're gonna look like good in it, and you're gonna be standing next to me, and I'm claiming you as my boyfriend, so I want you to be in your outfit, like you know.
So
and it's also fun. It's like a little Barbie doll to like dress up and whatever. I think it's fun.
Yeah, no, I mean I get it. I get Kevin. I think I picked out 99% of Kevin's clothes.
Kevin's way more easygoing though, where he'd be like, "Oh, perfect." Reed like he like knows all the brands that I don't even know. He's got very like niche taste, whatever. I get scared to buy him clothes because like he'll be honest and be like,
But the thing is, Kevin would never go buy anything ever.
No,
like when I met Kevin, like everything in his closet was from his older brothers.
That's
so fine.
We love that.
Clearly, I changed that. But like he just does not give a shit. He could care less. He's the most minimalist, non-materialistic person I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
And like, clearly I am not.
No, yeah.
I'm a maximalist.
No. Yeah.
And
Kevin's giving under consumption.
Oh, 100%. Like, it's actually quite impressive.
Yeah. It is crazy. Men can like also like I just look at how many clothes Reed has, and like Reed very much cares about fashion and like like outfits and the style, and he knows the brands and he wants this and that and whatever. But even so, like he does not have that many clothes. Like men just kind of have like basics and staples, and they're allowed to like if you see Reed in the same outfit 2 weeks from now, like you're like period, like yes, like
and you wouldn't even think about it.
No, and like they're allowed to just fully wear. If I re-wore an outfit, like people would be like, "Didn't you just wear that?" Like, and it's like you almost feel like as a girl you can't re-wear an outfit. Like, I mean, I still do, obviously, but.
I want to differentiate between re-wearing an outfit and re-wearing pieces.
Yes, that's what. No.
I can just see it getting misconstrued. Like,
no, I agree.
We obviously repeat the same. You see my sweater today?
Yeah.
Thinking about
our Vermont trip.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I rarely ever repeat a full outfit if it's like a look, like a daily casual, like shirt and jeans, like whatever. Yes, but like a night out look that I'm taking an Instagram photo in, I'm not repeating
the entire
outfit, but I rewear pieces all the time. Like you know, like I'll wear the same black mini skirt 50 bajillion different times. I'm just wearing a different top and a different shoe with it. But yeah, I agree. It's cool to rewear your clothes. That's why we have washing machines. Like
exactly.
I'm not saying to wear something once and throw it away because I don't fuck with that.
Absolutely. Sustainability. That's what she did.
But anyway, it's annoying that men just basically have like a capsule wardrobe.
Yeah.
That is their wardrobe. And they just like can rewear whatever.
And it's
totally acceptable.
And the thing is, it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah, they only need like we have like, I feel like we'll have like 8, and this is a problem on girls and us in general, but it's like I'll have 18 different black skirts because I'm like, well, this one's a little bit longer. This one's this. Like Reed has like one black shirt, one white shirt, one whatever shirt.
Exactly. It's crazy.
And they're not expected to like follow trends.
No.
There's no bubble skirt going on.
No. Guys just being guys.
I know. It's fucked up.
It really is. But excited for Vegas this weekend. We're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Get crazy, get wild.
I'm already like I've been hungover for the past 2 days, and I know I'm going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna drink the next day and the next day and the next day, and I'm just like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, we've had a lot of great things happening in our lives.
Yeah.
I'm just like it's been really fun, like celebrating people in our lives and having a great time, and just I can't wait to be on time tonight.
Love that.
And I really appreciate you being so open and honest
Yes.
about how much my arrival means to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's really special.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Guys, I think I'm thinking of cutting my hair for fall. Granted, I have extensions, obviously. But
It's giving like that Lele Pons. Do you remember that one?
she held the clip in?
She's like holding the extension.
I didn't even know who that was, but I know exactly what we're talking about.
Hair.
But like, I think I want to like.
I get cut the extensions. Like,
Yeah, I want to keep it thick, like, but I kind of want to go shorter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that would look good, like a very full. Like,
yeah, just like.
No, I think that would be cute.
Let me know what you think. Like, with like some like bigger waves.
Okay.
Guys, we were on the phone yesterday and I snorted like, really bad.
So funny.
Out of nowhere. I think it's because like obviously like my new medication is working so fantastically and I'm so much airflow in my nose now, which is I'm still adjusting to, and I just was laughing too hard and it came
I was giggling.
We were giggling. You've been giggling quite a bit lately.
It was silly goofy.
I'm excited to be out. I'm not excited to be on this plane tomorrow and like not be feeling great.
Yeah.
But I'm drinking 21 Seeds tonight, so I won't be hungover tomorrow.
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah. But I hope you all have a great week. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Obviously, if you aren't following us on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you do. Delusional Diaries Podcast. And I think we're gonna do some giveaways soon. So
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
And if you don't send the podcast to your friends, are you really our friend? Think about it. Seriously.
I just zoned out through that whole thing. But yeah, period.
Yeah, make sure you give us a rating and review.
Love you guys. Bye.